Good evening. As principal of Medomak Valley High School, I sincerely welcome each and every one of you to the commencement ceremony of the class of 2019. At this time, would the following students who have been officially sworn in to military service please come forward? I would ask you to hold your applause until all students are on the stage. Thank you. Addie Jameson, United States Air Force. Kevin White, United States Navy. Wesley Turner, United States Army. Dakota Nutter, United States Marines. Zach McLaughlin, United States Marines. And Leighton Winslow, United States Marines. Remain standing and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem by the Medomak Valley High School Band. As president of the class of 2019, would Maddie White please come to the podium to deliver this evening's greeting?
Good evening, everyone, families, friends, and faculty. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2019. Not only are we here to celebrate the achievements of these seniors, but we are also here to celebrate the hard work of those who made an impact on their lives. As stated by the wise Ferris Bueller, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Well, it sure does. So right now, I would like you all to take a moment and look around the room. You see the teachers who work diligently to make sure every student they have receives the best education possible. You see the administrators who oversee everything and make sure this school runs as safely and smoothly as possible. You see families and friends who have shown their endless support throughout the years. You see the class of 2019, all dressed in caps and gowns, waiting patiently for their diplomas. Let me tell you a little something about this class. Since day one, we have been deemed the tryhards, due to the fact that we were able to win 7 consecutive Spirit Weeks and Winter Carnivals in our years here. That's great and all, but let me tell you a little better reason as to why we're called the tryhards. We are athletes, mathletes, thespians, artists, chess team members, GSA members, Interact Club members, and so much more. Throughout these activities, we have learned to be motivated, generous, accepting, and kind. We are tryhards not because we can win a few competitions, but because we put ourselves out there and always strive to do the best, not only for ourselves, but for others as well. These past 4 years have flown by, and we all have made memories that will last a lifetime. Some have been good, and maybe some not so good. Whatever they were, we learned and we grew. Graduating today is a group of people I have no doubt will succeed in whatever path they choose to take, whether they are college-bound, military-bound, or headed straight into the workforce. This is a class that will leave a mark wherever they go, and I am honored to have been part of such an amazing group of people. So thank you, families, friends, teachers, administration, for all of the hard work and dedication you have put into this class these past 4 years. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. And to the class of 2019, congratulations, you did it. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors and hope that you live your lives with the same drive that you had here at Medomak. Thank you.
Seniors, we should recognize 2 special groups in attendance here tonight. Would the parents and guardians of the class of 2019 please rise? and effort of these individuals have helped you to achieve the milestone we are celebrating tonight. Thank you. Now, let us recognize with a round of applause the Medomak Valley High School teaching staff who have challenged the class of 2019 to strive for their highest level of academic achievement and have supported their efforts for the last 4 years. Thank you. And now, would Claire Barrett please join us on stage? By virtue of attaining the second highest 4-year grade point average for the Medomak Valley High School class of 2019, we are pleased to award the Salutatorian Medal to Claire Elizabeth Barrett.
Sorry, I know I'm short, but apparently I don't need it today. Good evening, superintendent, administrators, teachers, families, friends, and last but by no means least, the class of 2019. It's finally here, the day we've all dreamed about. Some of us have felt school drag on for years and are grateful to have it finally be over. Some of us have felt like school went by too quickly and are slightly shocked to find ourselves here at this moment. Some of you may feel indifferent. All of these feelings are completely valid. Everyone has at one point thought about graduating and had this picture of how it would go. I bet that a lot of us dreamed that we would be ready at this point to become an adult. Let's be honest, a lot of us aren't, but that's okay. The class of 2019 has such a variety of dreams and aspirations that we are working towards. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and yes, if you know me, you know that I had to put Harry Potter in here somewhere. Harry finds the Mirror of Erised, which is a mirror that shows one's deepest desires. Harry saw his parents who had been killed when he was younger. He visited the mirror almost every night and would just sit watching them. Dumbledore came across him one night and warned Harry of the dangers of focusing on this dream. For some people, they have unreachable dreams like Harry did. But others see themselves as surgeons or famous authors, which can be reached. However, some of those dreams will never be realized, as the idea of them is the only thing that the person is focused on. They aren't doing everything they can in the now to get to their goal. I went up to some people in the class of 2019 and I asked them 2 questions. Firstly, I asked, what is your ultimate goal in life? And secondly, what are you doing right now to get to that goal? Many of them answered with career goals. The answers ranged from elementary school teacher to OR nurse to astronaut. Almost all of them answered the second question with the college they're attending and their major, or the job that they plan to get. They represent people who have distinct and clear goals and have made visible steps to achieve those goals. One person in particular stood out. This girl thought long and hard about her answer and eventually came to the conclusion that her goal is just to be a good person. To the second question, she also thought for a while before responding with, how do you become a better person? I don't know. Some goals are so broad and big that it's hard to answer with what you're doing in the now. All one can do is strive to achieve that goal day by day. If you worry too much about the big picture, you might forget to live each day to the fullest. I stand here quite emotional, if I'm honest, because my 3 years here at Medomak Valley have been the best and worst years of my life. For those of you who don't know, I moved to Waldoboro from Delaware between my freshman and sophomore year of high school. I went into sophomore year knowing nobody, and I felt alone for a lot of the time. I barely spoke to people, and I didn't make many friends that first year. I was nervous that I wouldn't be accepted. I mean, you all know how much of a community there is here at Medomak. It's quite hard to be an outsider. I should have spoken to more people and involved myself more, but that's all in the past now. Midway through junior year, I realized that I really wasn't happy. I was focused on just getting through high school. I kept my sights set on getting good grades to go to college. My future goals were taking over and dictating how I lived my life in the now, but not in a good way. I was missing out on things I know now that I would have enjoyed, like going to the homecoming game or helping out with the class fundraisers. I also refused to accept the fact that my life in Delaware was over. I had lived my whole life there, and to think that it was done was really hard to accept. My life was centered around the past and the future and not the present. I then made a conscious decision to live my life for the now, as well as look forward to the future. That choice is the best thing I've ever done. I'm happy now, and I've made friends that I will forever consider my chosen family. To all of you, know that I love you guys with all my heart. Anyway, enough of my story. And if you're surprised that I'm not crying, let's just say my emotions get extremely confused sometimes. I once cried trying to make a clay bowl for calculus. Thanks, Mr. Hinckley. Albus Dumbledore once said, "It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. Live in the moment and don't let your past or ideas of the future cloud how you're living your life right now." Thank you.
And now would Mackenzie Bickmore please come forward? By virtue of attaining the highest four-year grade point average for the Medomak Valley High School class of 2019, we are pleased to award this valedictorian medal to Mackenzie Aveline Bickmore.
I would like to welcome all administrators, teachers, family members, and friends who are joining us here today. Thank you for coming. To my classmates, we did it. I honestly can't believe we've made it this far, and I'm so grateful and proud to be graduating with you today. Over the past 4 years, I've formed relationships I believe will last a lifetime, and I can't wait to see what our futures together hold. I would like to preface this by saying I am naturally very shy, and if I had realized that I would have to give a speech today, I may not have worked so hard to be where I am. I know many of you didn't come just to hear me talk, so I'll keep this short and sweet. As we go out into the complicated world that we will live in as adults, we face the challenge of being productive members of our society. In the words of Jane Goodall, primatologist and anthropologist, what you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. I believe that each and every one of us here today can make a positive difference in our world, whether it be day-making or earth-shattering. How can we make a positive difference in our world and the lives of others around us? Morgan Freeman once asked a similar question, and his answer was, one random act of kindness at a time. These random acts of kindness could be as small as holding a door open for a stranger or smiling at people as you pass on the street. It doesn't have to be much to brighten someone's day. In our increasingly polarized world, respecting the opinions of others is becoming more difficult and in that way, more relevant. Instead of judging or being rude to people based on their opinions, consider why they have opinions that differ from ours. Every person has their own experiences which shape who they are today, personal opinions included. We each have had and will have many life experiences that shape us and our opinions, so why not consider others' experiences and how they shaped their opinions before being rude or judgmental? Those that are the most different from us give us the greatest potential for growth and understanding. Imagine a world where everyone had the same views and life experiences. What would our life be like if that were the case? Without opposing views, members of society would blindly agree with each other, leading to a world without progress. Just because someone doesn't agree on certain topics doesn't make them less of a person or less deserving of kindness. Every person deserves to be treated with kindness and respect. In order to truly better our world, we need to better ourselves. By becoming the kindest version of yourself, you will begin to notice the butterfly effect that one act of kindness can cause. When you are kind to another person, they will pass the spirit of kindness along to someone else. Amelia Earhart once observed something similar and highlighted it in this quote: "A single act of kindness throws out roots in all directions, and the roots spring up and make new trees." Never underestimate the impact you can have on the life of another. Strive to make as many new trees as possible. Furthermore, Nelson Mandela once stated, "Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that great generation. Let your greatness blossom." I firmly believe that our generation, the generation that all of us graduating today are a part of, can be this great generation if we decide to live kind lives. I will leave you with this question: what will you do to improve the world we live in? How can you help to bring people together instead of magnifying our differences? I want to reiterate how incredibly proud I am of each and every one of you for the perseverance and dedication you have shown throughout our high school experience. This ceremony represents a major accomplishment in our lives, and I hope you are all aware of the potential we hold. I encourage you all to do your best to enter the world with kindness. I know I will.
Thank you. And now will Eli Miller and Amos Hinckley please come forward to introduce this evening's keynote speaker.
Over the past 4 years, well, 18 for me, we have had the opportunity to get to know this special person. We each know Mr. Hinckley in a different way. Some of them for AP or college calculus. Others spend extra time with him after school, doing math team or varsity tennis. And one of us has had to spend a little too much time with Mr. Hinckley.
When I heard I was supposed to introduce Mr. Hinckley, I was at a loss for words. I have to introduce the neighbor whose house I terrorized, the boss I frustrated, the coach I plagued, and the teacher whose class I nearly failed. Through all of this, he still put up with me, as well as many others. He is a patient man who stays true to himself and never fails to strengthen our school community.
With his passion for education and learning, he truly shines as a teacher, coach, and mentor. It is with great honor that we present to you your 2019 commencement speaker,
teacher, neighbor, and coach,
my father, Mr. William
Hinckley.
Good evening. Before I begin tonight's graduation speech, I have a brief message from our sponsor, the Medomak Valley Investment Corporation. Friends and family of the class of 2019, we at Medomak Valley Investment Corporation would like to offer you a limited time, once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity. The investment window is closing very quickly, so you must act now if you want to take advantage of this offer. Before you pull out your checkbooks and start pawning your jewelry, let me give you some of the details about this investment. The asset began accruing value 18 years ago, and believe it or not, it is fast approaching maturity. I use that word only in the fiscal sense. You may worry that you may be the only investor in this asset, but I assure you that there has been considerable investment already made. In fact, since 2006, the taxpayers of this district have already invested $20,656,629. Casey, what is $20,656,629 divided by 133? 133. That is $155,313 invested in each of the 133 individuals of this fund. Take a moment to consider that. Ask Mr. Nolan. The taxpayers of our district tend to be pretty tight with their money, and they wouldn't put up that kind of investment if they weren't pretty sure of the high expectations they had in the payout. In addition to the financial stake, a large group of fund managers have dedicated long hours to preparing this asset for maturity. By my calculation, we have spent 161,063 hours with these students. Ryan, what is 161,063 divided by 133? 1,211 hours per individual. Many of those managers are here, and we have incredible confidence in this investment. Sure, there have been some moments when we've had some doubts, wondering if we were throwing good money after bad. Maybe even a few times when it seemed like a Ponzi scheme. Yes, Peter, I'm talking about you. We stuck with this investment, and we are proud of its current value. In researching this investment, I spoke with some of the other fund managers. Lori Johnson of the Warren Community School hopes that the students of this class will find their voice and use it, since evil depends upon good people remaining silent. Emeritus fund manager Neil Payson trusts that the individuals of this class will find a passion and a calling and will work towards it, hard towards it, in spite of the obstacles. Ashley Bissonette shared some of her experiences as she shepherded this class through Medomak Middle School. Quote, "Stepping into my first year of teaching in 2015 was terrifying, but on day one, all of my fears and anxieties dissipated as I met my very first group of students, the class of 2019. Now those kids are graduating from high school. In a world where hate and fear are on the rise, I believe in these students. These students have proven themselves to be genuine, kind, and empathetic. They lead with their passion and their hearts, and they see differences as an opportunity for learning and discussion. This class is vocal and stands up for what they believe in. The class of 2019 is the good that our world needs right now, and I have faith that they will rise to the challenge to lead through their benevolence, genuineness, and empathy. I'm eager to see all of the good things that this class will bring to the world." Unquote. Now that you're all considering buying a stake in this investment in this limited time offer, I thought it might be helpful to hear from some of our current long-term investors, also known as taxpayers, regarding what they expect from their investment. Marion Whitmore, graduate of the Waldoboro High School class of 1948, hopes that this class recognizes the value of their education and their potential. She grew up in Washington, and in order to be able to attend the big city high school at the age of 14, her parents had to rent a room in Waldoboro for her to board in during the week. Her mother would pack her a pack of food for the week, and she would heat it up on a hot plate in her room. That was a family that valued education. Ted Worcester, investor for over 50 years, is also a graduate of Waldoboro High School. Those of you who know Mr. Worcester will not be surprised to hear that he has many expectations for the class of 2019. In fact, he gave me a numbered list. 1, lead healthy, comfortable, productive lives. 2, find joy in being active, not in addictive substances. 3, be open to lifelong learning, since our world changes so quickly. 4, become involved and invested parents. 5, be careful with your financial decisions. 6, learn to manage your time well so that you have a healthy work-life balance and have plenty of time for recreation and exercise. 7, pick a vocation that you enjoy, one that helps other people. I actually had to shorten his list a little bit, if you believe it or not. He had many other things to say as well. Marion Saunders, investor from Waldoboro, has a specific problem that she wants you to solve. She hopes that this class will solve our waste problem and create a society that closes the production loop by reusing and recycling materials rather than just throwing them away. Keith Simmons of Friendship has been an active investor in youth for years. He expects that his contributions are reinvested in a never-ending loop. He looks forward to the class of 2019 becoming the role models, coaches, and mentors of the next generation. Are you sold on this investment? Checks can be made out to the Medomak Valley Investment Corporation, and if you call now, you'll get a free set of knives. No, just kidding. Thank you for your attention to this message from our sponsor. Unfortunately, it has left me only time for a very brief graduation speech. Class of 2019, you are amazing, and I don't say that lightly. The accumulated talent and potential in the 133 individuals in front of me is unprecedented. In your midst, you have a 2-time Best in State snare drum champion. You have a published novelist. You have a 2-time state champion wrestler. You have an artist who has twice had his work shown in the Portland Museum of Art. You have a winner of the 2018 Unity Pond Bass Tournament. That's my boy. 3 Skills USA Bronze medalists, a Payson Prize winner, 3 members of the Medomak cheerleading squad who won the North Regional Finals all 4 years of their high school career. You have Jaden Abruzzi's. I'm sure that Mr. Matt Lash would agree that under your leadership, our sports team have cumulatively had one of the best sports years in school history. Your class, as Maddie mentioned, was so consistent at winning Spirit Week and Winter Carnival that this year, you let the sophomore class win just so that another class could feel like what it meant to win as you were leaving. Mrs. Pease had such faith in your leadership that she instituted student-run assemblies and also the student-run announcements in the morning, traditions that hopefully we can continue after you leave. It's impossible to measure, but without a doubt, this is the strongest school spirit that I've ever felt in my 6 years teaching in Medomak Valley. Cumulatively, you have all accomplished so much in 4 years. Your impact is real and has been noticed. As you move into the next phase of your life, whether it's college, military, or employment, it will be harder to notice your impact. But trust that the greatness that you have created within the walls of Medomak Valley can be replicated in the larger world. The strong, capable, compassionate 133 of you have incredible power. We've invested a lot in you. Put it to good use. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hinckley. You very aptly remind us that we are Medomak. Thank you. At this time, we will present awards and scholarships to the class of 2019. Will the scholarship presenters please come forward? Mrs. Charles M. Begley and her son Mark, along with the Waldoboro Lions Club, recognize thoughtful, caring, and community-involved students with high academic standing in memory of Charles M. Begley. This year's award, in the amount of $1,500 each, is presented to Elizabeth Flanagan and Mackenzie Bickmore. In previous years, a dedicated crew of car enthusiasts organized the Cruisin' to Graduation car show at Medomak Valley High School to raise money to benefit Project Graduation, ensuring that graduating seniors attend a free, safe, and fun celebration on graduation night. This year's award is being presented by Mike and Sue Simmons in the amount of $500 to Corey Witham. Thank you. The Charles Rasmussen Memorial Scholarship is being presented by Carolyn Rasmussen in the amount of $500 to Mackenzie Bickmore. The Stephanie Sukeforth Gilman Scholarship is being presented by Melissa Sukeforth in the amount of $1,000 each to Catherine Shelmerdine and Hattie Watmo. The Friendship Memorial Scholarship is being presented by Phil Pratt in the amount of $3,500 each to Eli McCollett, Olivia Savon, and Lydia Simmons. The Dustin J. Osier Memorial Scholarship is being presented by Missy Dean and Haley Osier in the amount of $500 each to Talia Willis and Casey Leary. The following Town of Warren scholarships will be presented by Amanda Shelmerdine and Sue Wilcox. The Cyrus Eaton Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 each is presented to Leah Wilcox, Hattie Watmo, Aidan James Ristine, Talia Willis, Catherine Shelmerdine, Logan Butler, Jordan Hayes, Alec Coughlin, Caleb Pendleton, Jaden Abraziz, and William Cox. The Edward Lemke Scholarship in the amount of $240 is presented to Aidan James Ristine. The Sarah Hilt High School Endowment Fund Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 each is presented to Leah Wilcox and Jaden Abraziz. The Leland Overlock Scholarship in the amount of $530 is presented to Talia Willis. The Warren Day Scholarship in the amount of $400 is presented to Will Cox and Caleb Pendleton. The Frank and Gertrude Rowe Scholarship in the amount of $700 each is presented to Logan Butler, William Cox, Jordan Hayes, and Catherine Shelmerdine, and in the amount of $1,000 each to Alec Coughlin and Caleb Pendleton. The Brian and Phyllis Robinson Scholarship in the amount of $2,500 is presented to Hattie Watmo. The following scholarships are being presented by Irene Hawes, awarded by the Town of Union. The Gilbert Dowdy Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $850 is presented to Elias Miller and Emily Grant.
Sorry, I've got quite a bundle here.
Still left you on the stage. Elias, thank you. The Robert and Eleanor Heald Scholarship in the amount of $3,090 is presented to James Benner. $4,500 is presented to Elizabeth Johnson. $5,600 each is presented to Emily Grant, Elias Miller, and Aubrey Schaefer. Stay here, Elizabeth? Yeah. That's okay. I'll announce this next one. The William Poulin Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 each is presented to James Benner, Emily Grant, Elizabeth Johnson, Elias Miller, and Aubrey Schaefer.
Right ones. Fun giving out this week.
I'll see my names. Stay here.
And Elizabeth, congratulations again.
The B.M. Clark Foundation Scholarship in the amount of $750 each is being presented to James Benner and Emily Grant. James, you can start. Thank you. The Raymond and Belle Thurston Kinniston Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $200 each is presented to Elizabeth Johnson and James Benner.
Thank you for being patient.
Thank you. Oh, you're fine.
Pick up on my junk. You're fine. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. David and Beverly Worthington of Worthington Scholarship Foundation have generously donated 22 four-year scholarships of $4,000 a year for each of 4 years and 2 community college scholarships with the goal of helping students attend and remain in a Maine college and graduate debt-free or with as little debt as possible. These scholars will also receive a mentoring component, various support events, career planning, and internship opportunities. The grand total of their scholarship donation this evening is $350,000 for Medomak Valley High School students. We We welcome David and Beverly Worthington to present the Worthington Scholarships to Peter Alexander, Kelsey Berry.
And ask them to remain on the stage.
Yes, I will. Logan Butler, please remain on the stage once you receive your certificate. Grayson Clark, Alec Coughlin, Elizabeth Flanagan, Ethan Gould, Emily Grinnell, Jordan Hayes, Ashley Holmes, Emma Hooper, Casey Leary, Tyler Lee, Alden McLean, Elias Miller, Aubrey Schaefer, Catherine Shelmerdine, Michaela Wallace, Hattie Watmo, Madeline White, Leah Wilcox, Emily Watton, Aiden James Ristine, and Kaylee Ross.
This for Michaela.
Sorry, I think I went up.
Ready? Where did we go? Which one?
I don't see Elias Miller. Someone might have taken my next time.
Oh, maybe so.
Just go to the next one.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. Thank you.
We got out of order at the end. Hattie, someone took yours. No, should have. Sorry.
Thank you. Madeline White.
All right. You're getting back in order.
Thank you.
I know, I'll grab it.
I think they're out of order, so someone may have yours.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi. Emily?
Emily. Thank you so much. James are still. Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to the Worthington Scholars of 2019.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. The Senator George G. Mitchell Scholarship Research Institute is being presented by last year's recipient, Danica Gentura, in the amount of $10,000 to Nicholas Hill. The Frank and Lottie Hunter Scholarship in the amount of $1,350 is being presented to Rachel Curtis Bowden. The Maine Antique Digest Scholarship Fund Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 each is presented to Rachel Curtis Bowden, Eli McCollett, and Corey Witham. The RSU 40 Memorial Scholarship Fund in memory of Lori Ann Pinkham in the amount of $500 is presented to Will Cox. The Rennie's Charitable Foundation Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 is presented to Isaiah Potter. The Mildred F. Davis Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $900 each is presented to Vincent Walco and Corey Witham. The Mildred Merrifield Walter Scholarship in the amount of $5,500 each is presented to Emily Grant, Elizabeth Johnson, Elias Miller, and Aubrey Schaefer. The Beulah F. Pack Scholarship in the amount of $4,500 each is presented to Emily Grant, Elizabeth Johnson, Elias Miller, and Aubrey Schaefer. The Shane Weeks Scholarship in the amount of $500 is presented to Vincent Walco. The Dora Gay Scholarship in the amount of $670 is presented to Peter Alexander. The Mildred Booty Teal Scholarship in the amount of $1,350 is presented to Leo Wilcox and Corey Witham. The Rose LaBelle Clark Scholarship in the amount of $1,750 each is presented to Peter Alexander, Andrew Bubar, Julia Bowden, Rachel Curtis Bowden, Christian DeLima, Elizabeth Flanagan, Savannah Gilbert, Nicholas Hill, Amos Hinckley, Ashley Holmes, Emma Hooper, John Jones, Tyler Lee, Brian Pollard, Emily Robinson, Kaylee Ross, Kennedy Scheimreif, Cassandra Smeltzer, Madeline White, and Emily Watton.
Congratulations. There you go. Okay. Congratulations, John. There you go. Sandra. There you go. Thank you so much. Tyler. Congratulations. I am so happy to give this to you. Congratulations so
The Medomak Valley All Sports Boosters Club Scholarship in the amount of $800 each is presented to Aubrey Schaefer and Alec Coughlin. The George and Marion Secor Scholarship in the amount of $3,800 each is presented to Julia Bowden, Christian DeLima, Nicholas Hill, John Jones, Tyler Lee, and Kaylee Ross. The E. Ashley and Mildred M. Walter Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 each is presented to Jaden Abraziz, Mackenzie Bickmore, Logan Butler, Alec Coughlin, Emily Grant, Joseph Horowitz, Casey Leary, Eli McCollett, Elias Miller, Caleb Pendleton, and Vincent Walco. The Donald Campbell Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 each is presented to Logan Butler, Alec Coughlin, Elizabeth Flanagan, Joseph Horowitz, Caleb Pendleton, Lydia Simmons, and in the amount of $650 to Amos Hinckley. The F. Roger Miller Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 each is presented to Andrew Bubar and Cassandra Smeltzer, and in the amount of $5,000 to Savannah Gilbert and Kennedy Scheimreif. The Finance Authority of Maine's Educators for Maine program awards a loan of $12,000, $3,000 per year, forgivable upon completing return service in one of Maine's eligible schools or child care facilities to Madeline White and Mackenzie Bickmore. The Tyler Grand Mason Melmack Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 is presented to Grayson Clark. The Ronald E. Dolph Memorial Scholarship is offered by my mother, Lillian Dolph, and my family in the amount of $1,000 each to Cassandra Smeltzer and Madeline White. This concludes the 2019 scholarships awarded to graduates and postgraduates of Medomak Valley High School, totaling, are you ready, $766,790. Superintendent Nolan, would you please join me at the podium?
Congratulations, seniors. I wish you continued success. Remember to think big, work hard, be kind, and no excuses. Mrs. Pease, has each of the students before us completed the requirements for graduation as delineated in the RSU 40 policies and the laws of the state of Maine?
Yes, Mr. Nolan. The students before you have met all the graduation requirements to receive a Medomak Valley High School diploma.
Then by the authority vested in me by the RSU 40 Board of Directors and the Department of Education, as Superintendent of Schools, I ask you to confer upon these graduates their diplomas representing the completion of their formal high school education. Congratulations.
Bridget Lorraine Gross.
Congratulations. Great job. Mrs. Fulbrook will give you your diploma.
Corbin Kyle Daniels. Kelsey Lynn Berry. Claire Elizabeth Borette. Nicholas Maynard Hunt Hill. Emma Elizabeth Hooper. Zachary Robert Cross. Emily Catherine Grinnell. Vincent Timothy Walco. Callie Ann Page Miller. James Austin Benner. Shelby Rose Miller. Silas David Faria. Madison Riley Taylor. Christopher Ryan Bowman. Caitlin Rose Breckenfeld. Zachary Mark Mank. Emily Kate Robinson. Timothy Daniel Chickering. Serena Love Poland. William Leno Perry. Savannah Joy Gilbert. Nicholas Robert Daniel. Emily Lynn Mott. Ashton Allen Daniels. Jordan Sarah Hayes. Chad Edward Sproul Jr. Talia Antonia Willis. Alden Ryan McLean. Cassandra Jane Smeltzer. Ryan Martin Creamer. Madeline Noel White. Alex John Clevette. Melena Marie Benner. Kevin Eric White. Nicole Corey Jean Ann Elizabeth Upham Demons. Wyatt Bradley Fillmore. Catherine Eleanor Shelmerdine. Logan Giovanni Grabinski Butler. Elizabeth Mary Flanagan. Caleb Isaac Pendleton. Regan Elizabeth Crow. Ryan Anthony Daves Harding. Cameron Faith Alexandra Cox. Logan Hopkins L. Davis. Chloe Morgan Dennison. Zachary Troy McLaughlin. Kennedy Marie Scheinreif. Connor Charles Dodge. Emily Elizabeth Watton. William Walter Eric Cox. Kaylee Elaine Ross. John Lee. Alexis Anne Marie Standring. Matthew James Jackson. Hannah Lee Cox. Elias Carl Miller. Olivia Rachel Savon. Jacob Dana Anthony. Caitlin Elizabeth Genthner. Noah Zachary Dean. Leighton David Winslow. Michaela Marie Timberlake. Jaden Russell Petersdorf. Brittany Ray Sheen. Nicholas John Porter. Elizabeth Anne Marie Johnson. Christian Lee Montesinos de Lima. Eileen Elizabeth Monroy. Peter Hussey Alexander. Leah Olivia Wilcox. Aiden Winter James Ristine. Kayla Marie Abbott. Dakota Andrew Nutter. Michaela Ruth Wallace. Sean Michael Lay. Brooke Alexandra Johnson. Corey Stewart Witham Jr. Vanessa Marie McDougall. Wesley Michael Turner. Mackenzie Nicole Winchenbach. Andrew Paul Bubar. Taylor Emily Reed. Zebulon H.G. Arbor. Tone Deja Delu Thurman. Scott Wayne Robinson Jr. Jillian Elizabeth Martz. Jacob Leonard Reinhardt. Emily Elizabeth Grant. Eli Benjamin McCulloch. Addie Noella May Jameson. Grayson Kane Clark. Mariah Alexis Grindle. Ethan James Frank. Rachel Flora Curtis Bowden. Jaden Garrett Abraziz. Hattie Ann Watmo. Amos Winter Hinckley. Mackenzie Aveline Bickmore. John Robert Jones. Casey Ellen Leary. Brian Douglas Pollard. Aubrey Brianna Schaefer. Ethan Craig Gould. Kiara Jaslyn Safford. Maverick Earl Young. Ashley Marie Holmes. Nathan McCoy Emerson. Lydia Elaine Simmons. Nicholas Ryan Viles. Julia May Bowden. Austin Riley Butler. Alec Xavier Coughlin. Samantha Dawn Preston. Raven Marie Dyer. Joseph Charles Horowitz. Kylie Beatrice Lane. Dalton Cole Boardman. Jacob Daniel McPhee. Isaiah John Potter. Michael Andrew Severson Jr. Benjamin Allen Norris Dever. Molly Zane Taylor. Dakota Renee Collins. Elizabeth Jacqueline Smith. Zachary Allen Cushman. and Juliet Elizabeth Keene. Seniors, as a sign of your graduation, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. And ladies and gentlemen, present to you the 2019 Medomak Valley High School graduates.